Hello, welcome to today's short video. More of an update video than a video. I wanted to talk to you about an email that we've had following our mental health episode that we did a couple of months ago. It's not the easiest email to read. We did get a lot, I will say that. We did get an awful lot of emails. We can't reply to all, but we do read all. And I have to say, it's been quite overwhelming. Overwhelming in both a sad way that so many of you are where we are, but also quite overwhelming in that the response we've had to that video has been outstanding. It really has been exceptional. And I always look down when it's difficult to talk. Sorry. We've had some really amazing emails, some really positive emails that we've, as you would with anything, you get the positive, you also get the negative. And some have been quite abusive, but just to the haters out there that I still probably watch. This is what I don't quite get about the haters, that they email, they don't like what they've seen. They email in to say, I don't like what I've seen, amongst other things, and then will watch to see if you respond, which is ridiculous. The minute I know that the email is a hate email, it goes in the bin. I don't read all of it. As soon as you start being abusive in an email, I'm done. So knock yourselves out, haters. If that's what you want to spend your time doing, I can think of more productive things you could be doing, but knock yourselves out. But this email I sent on to Jonathan, and to say that we were both overwhelmed, broken, sad, shocked, I think is an understatement. We both had a really good cry, I'll tell you that. And if the haters don't like the fact that men cry, knock yourselves out again. So, the email is from a lady. I'm not going to name her or her son. And I have emailed her and asked if I can share this with you guys, and she was more than happy for that to happen. But it is a bit of a heartbreaker, I will say that. It broke my heart, I know that. Not even read it yet and I'm tearing up. So, this is the email that we had. And I think it's so important. It's such an important message. So I'm really glad that this lady in particular said we could share it, because it is something that clearly a lot of people are dealing with and don't know how to deal with. And it's such an important discussion that I know that me and Jonathan are going to pick up in our next video. So the email reads, hello. Just before I finish the email, I'm editing this as I go. There's certain parts of this that I'm not going to discuss on air. Mainly because I don't want to disrespect her or her son, and I certainly don't want to give anybody any ideas. So, the email reads, hello. 3 days ago, I walked into my son's bedroom to find that he had tried to take his own life. My husband and I helped him until the paramedics arrived, and he is now in hospital. He's 15. Sorry. Words cannot express how I feel or how beside myself I am. I found your video, and I am now going to make sure my son is listened to. I think we have in the past not listened. We haven't taken in what we should have. Maybe there were signs we missed. I don't know. All I know is we need help, and your video has done that to a degree. It's got me thinking of how we talk to each other and behave with each other. We don't hug. We don't say I love you. I'm so glad that we have this second... Sorry. I'm so glad we have this second chance that I'm sure most people in this situation don't get. Thank you for the video, and please, please make more. We need help. And then she signs off. It's a bit of a head to think that a 15-year-old lad has tried to kill himself. To think that a child... To think that anybody has got to that point is bad, but to think that a child has got there seems worse, and I'm not quite sure. I am sure why, but I'm not sure why at the same time. First of all, thank you, and thank you for sharing your experience and allowing us to share that with everybody else. I have to say I struggled with this one. I've had so many of your emails, and some have been emotional, but this one was different. This one really sort of filled me with a great sadness, but it also, I will follow that very quickly by saying, followed me with a great hope. You have been given that second chance that most people don't get. You have been given that second chance that the majority of people in this situation don't get. It's too late. They take a permanent remedy for a temporary problem. And how you feel today is not how you're going to feel tomorrow. You might feel worse, you might feel better, but it's not going to stay that way. And with help, it certainly won't stay that way for long. So I am so glad you've got this second chance, and I'm so glad, and what shone through, the light that shone through from this email was that you are aware that there are things that you could do better. That you could listen, you could take on board what's being said a bit more. And that's all positive. That's all positive. You are now in the NHS system, and that system I know will support you and your son and your husband, and individually as well as a unit, as a family. I will say one thing. That yes, we can all be better. The way to stop people committing suicide is for them to know that there are people listening. And it isn't necessarily always about saying, how do you feel, are you okay? It's about them knowing that if they want to talk, they can say, I need to talk, and that people will listen. To know that when the panic button is pressed, people will respond, people will come, people will be there. And that's the behaviour of society that we need to change, and we need to change quite quickly. I will also say this to this lady and her family. Don't beat yourself up too much. You can sit till the cows come home and ask why. The chances are your son doesn't know why. All he knows is that there's this, and I speak from experience here, that there's a feeling that he needs to stop. I need to stop feeling this pain, this whatever it is. And the way to do that is to do this, which isn't, but that's where his head is at the time. I've said before that people who commit suicide aren't in their right mind. There are so many things in your brain that stop you running into traffic, that stop you burning yourself in the fire, for example. There are so many things that stop that happening. So to get to the point of trying to kill yourself is the switches aren't working. You're not in the mind that you should be in. So don't beat yourself up too much, because if that's where his head is at, the chances statistically are that you're not going to be able to stop him doing what he wants to do or feels he needs to do. What we need to do as a society is get to the point we need to interrupt that cycle earlier, before people even get to that feeling. That's what we need to achieve as a society, and I know that's what Jonathan and I are very keen on changing. The biggest killer of men under 40 is suicide. That's alarming. That's alarming to a lot of people, but nobody discusses it. And certainly from the hate email that I've had, people don't want us to discuss it. But hey-ho. Never been one for doing as I'm told. But don't be too hard on yourself. Focus on the future. Focus on the things that you know you can do better. Focus on love. Love always prevails, as many songs tell us, but love does prevail. It's when we feel unloved, when we feel alone, when we feel isolated, that this happens. So focusing on love is an amazing way to start. And I'm so pleased and happy that you are getting the help that you need. It's a long process, and I hope that you will stay in touch and let us know how you and your son are doing. And if there's anything else that we can do, or anything else you think we should be discussing, please let us know. I praise God that you've got this second chance. And I know from your email, what you read and what you say in this email, that's not a chance you're going to waste. I'll keep you in my prayers, and I'm sure Jonathan will do the same. If anybody else out there has felt the same, there are a number of people you can talk to. If you want to share your experience with us, as this lady has done, the email's at the bottom of the screen, somewhere here. No. There. Hale@haletalkradio.com. That's hale@haletalkradio.com. And you can find our socials coming up at the end of this video. You're not alone. That's the key thing to remember. You are not alone. And if we can help save one life, then I'm happy. Job done. It's all been worth it. Me and Jonathan are planning more videos when we can sort out timings and things, but I'm so glad that you are getting the support you need now, and that he is getting the support he needs, because at 15 he's got a long life ahead of him, and he deserves that life. He deserves to live it, and live it to the full. I apologise for getting so emotional during this video. It's a difficult subject, but it really was hard to know that somebody at 15 is feeling this way. So, you can email us, hale@haletalkradio.com. Instas and things are coming up shortly. And until the next video, if you can be anything you can be kind.
Thanks for listening. Remember, you can get in touch with us. You can email us, hale@haletalkradio.com. You can follow us on X at The Rob Weston Show, on Facebook at Rob Weston Show, and on Instagram at Rob Weston Show. Visit our website, www.haletalkradio.com. Also remember to like and share this video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Doesn't hurt, doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help us grow and reach more people.